Lassiter Factor.
What's up, all my movie-loving maniacs? This your boy Bankful B of the Lassiter Factor, and with Why Did I Get Married Again hitting Netflix this September, I wanted to start a new monthly deep dive with this particular franchise that Tyler Perry has created, and that's the Why Did I Get Married movies, starting with the original stage play, so let's get into it. Why Did I Get Married? The play is about a group of couples that come together for a marriage retreat. One of those couples is in a stable, healthy relationship, and the other one not so much. And if you've seen this play, or at least seen the first movie, you know exactly the couple I am talking about, Mike and Sheila. Secrets get revealed, and relationships get changed either for the better or worse. Now, I remember when this came out on DVD, this is one of I'll say lesser Tyler Perry plays that didn't get an original DVD release until after Tyler Perry made his first film, and then he started re-releasing all his plays, this being one of them. So it was my first time watching back then and thought it was okay, and then we got the movie and more on that later. But as for the play as it stands, I like it but don't quite love it, but appreciate it for what it did, and in the context of or at least of other Tyler Perry plays and his movies, I thought this was a nice blueprint for what we would get with the Why Did I Get Married movies. Plus, I also just love the structure of this movie. The first act is basically the couples getting together. One marriage is on the rocks, and that is Mike and Sheila. That's the couple that crosses over into the movie. Mike, he is unhappy with his marriage. Sheila, she gained a little bit of weight, and she's trying everything she can to basically save this marriage, but Mike, he cheated on her. And then the second act of this movie is basically the last act of the movie. It's basically Sheila getting together with Troy, who is not a cop in this movie, but also just a close friend that always had a crush on her. He helps her basically get through the divorce. He falls in love with her, and they get married, and their relationship is just a lot more stronger and more lovelier than the previous one she was in. And I've always liked the second act of this play for basically how it portrayed that. And also, we have Terry and Diane, who also crossed over into the movies, but they're a lot different than their movie counterparts here. Well, of course, Diane, she's still the successful lawyer, and Terry, he's not having any marital issues with her in the play, but they're also just the juxtaposition of what Sheila and Mike could be. But of course, that doesn't work out, and but then Sheila, she gets with Troy, who is a better fit for her anyway. Now, let's talk about the cast real quick. Specifically, Cheryl Pepsi Riley, who you see on the cover right here. She's essentially the character we follow and goes through a journey within this play, and she's no stranger to being within Tyler Perry plays, and she always does excellent within his plays, and especially particularly here. I do appreciate the strong connection these two have, and let's be honest, Tyler Perry, he put more characters within the movies, and Diane, if you watch the movie first, you would think in this movie Diane is basically a mixture between Diane in the movies and Angela within the movies, because Diane in this movie, she's a little bit more feisty, but she will defend her friend and her marriage. Now, Mike in this movie, he definitely is a son of a bitch, and this was actually my second time seeing him in a Tyler Perry play when this first was released on DVD, because the first time I saw him was in the play version of Diary of a Mad Black Woman, where he plays Orlando, and he's a lot more nicer. But in this movie, he truly is a son of a bitch, which, hey, that's range right there. We got LaVan Davis in this movie, where he plays the elder figure within this play. And of course, we were going to see him in House Payne, where he plays Curtis Payne. And this was kind of like basically an appetizer for what he could bring to Tyler Perry projects going forward after this. As well as Demetria McKinney, who I always had a crush on, but in this movie, she plays Trina, the gold digging girlfriend of Mike that Mike cheats on Sheila with. And yeah, she's just despicable as well in this. My only real gripes about this play is that to me, it's just not as strong as some of Tyler Perry's other plays, but it's still enjoyable. And I do think the first act is just a little bit more stronger than the second act, because that's where all the chaos happens. And then by the time you get to the second act, it's just wrapping everything up. And overall, watching this play with adult eyes, I do appreciate it as a blueprint for how Tyler Perry would expand the play into a movie. So I'm gonna give Why Did I Get Married, the play, a mid hard eyes emoji. Thank y'all so much for watching. Have you seen the play version of Why Did I Get Married? If so, let me know what you think in the comment section below. This your boy Bankful B of the Lassiter Factor. Stay safe, wash your hands, peace. Peace.